Whilst we're talking about costs, as we go to the doctor, it always seems as if there is that one account that comes, the doctor's bill that comes through, and we have to pay that extra bit. And that extra bit sometimes amounts to quite a lot. Is there a solution for us to safeguard that couple of thousand that can come our way unexpected?
Tiaan, you sound like you have had a chat with some of your employees. That happens all the time, especially when we are hospitalized. And they always corner me to say, you said the medical aid will pay 100% of cost. And I must always explain, look, medical aid will pay 100% of the medical aid scheme rate. But obviously in South Africa, especially specialists are not restricted to a specific time or monetary value that they need to charge for their services. So what normally happens is you go into a hospital and then that part where I call your bed and breakfast part, when you get a band around your arm and you get asked, what are you going to have for breakfast, what are you going to have for dinner? That bid will always be paid 100%. But then you have the specialist who does the procedure. That person will always charge you sometimes as much as 500% of your medical aid rate. And this is where gap cover comes in. There is a solution for that. But obviously always need to understand that when we talk about a gap, we say the medical aid has paid something, the doctor has charged something, and here is a difference. Your gap cover will always cover that gap. And it's important to have a look at it, because I always say I actually had a chat with one of the guys in the corridors just now. I always say gap cover actually comes at the price of one meal for one person. So it is an important part of your medical aid, and it actually is a bit irresponsible to have medical aid and not have gap cover. I have seen claims that goes as high as 100,000 Rand and more, that the medical aid has said, look, we're paying, for argument's sake, if there's a prosthesis that must be done. And I'm not talking just about old people here. You could be in a car accident, you bash your knee, you need a knee replacement. Your medical aid says, we'll pay you 35,000 Rand thereof. But your doctor said, look, a good prosthesis is going to cost you 150,000 Rand. Gap cover will come in and pick up the difference between the two. But also there's a wide range of gap cover options available out there, and one has to look at the good, reputable ones that you are sure that when you need them, they will actually step in and ease the pain of the co-payments for you.
Peter, that is very insightful. Do I get my gap cover benefits or my questions for my gap cover benefits from the same person? In other words, my medical aid broker or the same supplier? Or where do I go with these requests?
Tiaan, you get the services from your in-house broker. When we talk about medical aid, health insurance, and gap cover, that normally is provided by the same broker house. And like in our case, Securitas, we have specialists in those fields that can be of assistance with any questions relating to any of these products.
Peter, everything you said to me points to the fact that one cannot tackle this discipline anymore without the assistance and the support of a specialized broker, a medical aid specialist that's there by your side to guide you in terms of your requirements and the medical aid benefits that's customized just for you. Where do I find access to such a specialist, to such a medical aid broker, if it's not in-house right there at my corporate company?
Tiaan, we have a network of specialized brokers across the country. And if you go onto our website, www.securitasfinancialgroup.co.za, you'll find a list of everybody across the country. We also have offices in all the major provinces, which means if employer groups like you would want somebody that comes on site, they can pick a consultant off the list and give them a shout.
Excellent. Now, the question remains, what is this going to cost me in terms of such a specialist by my side?
Tiaan, the good news today is that our services come absolutely free. All broker remunerations is legislated, and we get paid by the product provider. So whether you make use of the broker services or not, your medical aid contributions will remain the same. So it is a no-brainer that where you have access to a broker, use one.